Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Dodge Challenger Scatback 1320 edition.
And a big thanks to Mike at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Mike.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Challenger has been Dodge's muscle car since 1970. Originally lasting until 1983 before Dodge brought it back for the third generation back in 2008. And fast forward to 2023, we're still sitting on that 15-year-old third generation platform. However, this will be the final year for this iconic V8 muscle car before Dodge switches it to an electric platform. For 2023, Dodge brought back some well-liked colors from the past, such as B5 Blue, Plum Crazy, and Sublime Green. RT trims now have 345 badges instead of Hemi badges to symbolize the displacement in cubic inches. Outside of the SRT trims, the 2023 Challenger is available in 5 different trim levels. The first two feature Dodge's 3.6-liter V6, cranking out 305 horsepower and 268 pound-feet of torque, and a base price of $31,000 for the SXT, $34,000 for the GT. All trim levels are available either in a 6-speed manual transmission or an 8-speed TorqueFlite automatic. The RT starts around $40,000, and here we get the 5.7-liter Hemi, which cranks out 375 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. The RT Scatback that you see here gets a larger 6.4-liter Hemi, which cranks out 485 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque, with a base price right around $47,000. The top trim for the 2023 Challenger is the Scatback wide-body with a base price of $53,000, but here we have the regular Scatback with a base price of $47K. What else do we have for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your LED headlights, high and low beam, LED fog light down below, sensor for the adaptive cruise control, Challenger badge in the left corner, RT badge in the right corner, functional heat extractors, and hood scoop. Those yellow markers, they're not actually supposed to stay on the car, but I know some people that buy Challengers leave them there. So personally, I'm not going to touch them and let the potential owner of this vehicle decide exactly what they would like to do. For this 1320 package, you get this upgraded wheel and tire setup with super sticky drag-ready tires. These are 20-inch rims wrapped in Nexen and Ferra Sur 4 tires. These are drag specs. Dimensions up front being 270/40 R20, and I believe it's a square setup, so you can do tire rotations here with a square 275 wide setup. I believe 6-piston brake calipers up front, 1320 badge with a Scatback logo right above it, body color mirrors, they can fold in. We get blind spot monitoring on the glass, and they're a heated mirror. Not the largest mirror, but with the blind spot monitoring, it should definitely do its job. Black trim for the window trim, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. I like this old school fuel cap. You just have to open it up and access it. It doesn't get easy fill, but this is a vehicle that's based out of 2008, so wouldn't be expected. And of course, premium fuel would be recommended. Out rear, same rear wheel and tire setup. I kind of expect an offset for the rear, maybe 315s, 305s for this drag-ready 1320 package, but 275 should still be wide enough to put this power to the ground, especially with these drag-ready Nexen drag spec tires. We still get Brembo brake calipers out rear. That's also appreciated here for the Scatback 1320 edition. Reflector right outside, black lip spoiler, LED taillights, turn signals and reverse lights, reflectors down below too. Dodge badge in the center, backup camera, third brake light. And I like these tints that we get here on this Challenger. Contrast this white paint very nicely. Shout out Furman Dodge here in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. Dual exhaust tips right outside of them. And speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up the 6.4-liter Hemi and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 6.4-liter Hemi V8 sold by Dodge for the 2023 Scatback that we have here, and it sounds awesome. Cranking out 485 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque, Made it to this 8-speed automatic transmission and drag-ready tires. You can expect 0 to 60 around 4 seconds, if not quicker if you get a really good launch. As you see, this motor is powered by SRT as it is labeled, and as you see under the hood, we have the Challenger Last Call badge, designed in Auburn Hills, Michigan, assembled in Brampton, Ontario. The badge itself isn't actually blue, it's just a sticker which you can remove, but I'm not going to personally remove it. I'll let the potential owner of this vehicle do all of that so the vehicle feels as new as possible. We can shut this hood right down. The hydraulic struts are appreciated. We don't get hydraulic struts on the Mustang GT, but we do get on the Camaro LT1. As far as the interior, we get quite a bit of options on this 1320 package. We'll check it all out as we step inside. Again, smart access for the driver and a front passenger. We will turn these headlights back to auto so the car is not yelling at me. But up top, we get leather stitch trim, white contrast stitching, leather stitch trim in the center too, with white contrast stitching and a gushy soft leather armrest. By far the best quality door panel in the segment. 2-window auto one touch. It's auto one touch on the way down, not auto one touch on the way back up. 4-way adjustable mirrors, aluminum door handle, and 2-person memory seats. We get the upgraded 506-watt Alpine sound system too. There's an additional upgrade that you can make to the Harman & Kardon sound system, but this Alpine still sounds absolutely fantastic for $1,000. With this 1320 package, we get these Alcantara heated and ventilated seats. They're not fully adjustable, but you can still adjust the lumbar, recline, drop, lift, and slide with manual recline. This 1320 package also gives us a rear seat delete, but with the 1320 Plus package, it brings the seats right back. The 1320 package is about $4,000. The Plus is about $1,800. But taking a step inside, we can really check out what we got going on in this 2023 Challenger Scat Back. From the brake, engine start stop, boom, and everything fires right to life. First thing we notice is the steering wheel. We get the Alcantara steering wheel on this 1320 package, and the steering feel is fantastic. I'm sure it's helped out with these super sticky drag-ready tires. The 10-2 bolstering notch is solid. 9-3 fits great in your hand. We have this additional notch here, which helps the 9-3 feel a little bit more premium. No flat bottom, but the steering wheel itself, definitely a thumbs up. Rubberized Dodge horn area. The horn itself, very aggressive sounding horn. We don't get dual panes here in the Challenger, but it's still pretty well isolated from the outside. On the left side, you get our voice commands. You can hang up and answer your phone calls, and adjustments for the infotainment. On the right side, radar cruise control with the adjustments right up top. 2 aluminum paddle shifters, but they're pretty small. As you see, they don't continue all the way down. We have our volume and skip controls on the opposite side. Speaking of the infotainment adjustments, right now we're looking at a speedo, vehicle info, tire pressure, performance, driver assist, fuel economy, trip info, audio, messages, screen setup, and the speedometer right back where we started. Vehicle info includes tire pressure, coolant temp, trans temp, oil pressure, oil life, battery voltage, intake air temperature, interesting, engine torque, engine power, and right back where we started. Down below the performance pages, we get a 0 to 60 timer with the reaction time. We also get a 0 to 100 timer with the reaction time, 1/8 mile timer, 1/4 mile timer, braking distance, current G-forces, peak G-forces, lap timer, lap history, and the top speed of this vehicle. All really cool to look at all times. Driver assist, everything's turned off, fuel economy, average, and current. We can drop down one more time. We have our trip info. We already checked all this out. Let's go right back where we started to the digital speedo, because that's my personal favorite to look at all time. Tach goes to about 6,000 RPM. The speedometer goes to 180. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our interior brightness, trunk release, and our automatic headlamps with fog lights that you can activate with a push of a button. Electronic, well, not electronic, just our parking brake in the left corner. Get a good look at your pedals. Power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, that's a very premium touch. As you mentioned, fully stitched leather dashboard, 8.4-inch Uconnect system with navigation. I believe that's a $1,000 option, but we get it here. Media, climate controls, apps, nav, phone, all can be seen through the screen. My personal favorite to look at all times would be the map, but before we check out the map, let's see the settings, see what we have available. We can adjust the camera, doors, lights, audio, Bluetooth, and you can reset all the information to the factory settings. And if you press any of these drag, super track pack buttons, you can also adjust the performance of this vehicle all through the screen. We'll check out the map real quick, see the resolution. It's not the best resolution, but the response is fantastic. We get traffic sign recognition, and it's all adjustable with voice commands. And if you don't like the display, you can also use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It's not wireless with Uconnect 4, but it is wireless with the new Uconnect 5 systems. Anyway, my personal favorite would be to leave it in this map. Beneath that, engine start stop with more leather stitch trim. It's not genuine leather down here, but the contrast stitching makes it look very premium. Down below, you can mute, hazards, turn the screen off, drag mode, and the super track pack. You turn on or off your parking sensors, and you can turn off the traction control. The volume and tune dials have a pretty satisfying resistance as well. When you press this drag mode, electronic stability control gets turned to drag. You press it one more time and it returns us to where we were before. You press the Super Track Pack and now the screen shows us the Dodge Performance Control. You can drive mode or adjust the drive mode setup. Current mode is default, transmissions are normal, paddle shift, traction, suspension, and steering are all in these modes. Drag mode setup, default mode setup, you can also activate our line lock. Launch control, we're not going to check either of those out in this video, but it's still cool for a drag capable beast that's cranking out almost 500 horsepower. Beneath that, we have our climate control settings. You might be wondering, where are the heated and ventilated seats? I know I mentioned those earlier, but to activate the heated and ventilated seats, you actually have to go through the touchscreen and press vented seat, or heated steering wheel. The passenger gets heated and ventilated seats. They wouldn't need a heated steering wheel, of course. You can activate the mirror dimmer at all times as well. Awesome. Again, my personal favorite would be to leave it in the nav. The vent controls in the center. We get dual zone automatic climate control though, 8-speed torque flight automatic transmission. The backup camera has a decent resolution and takes up the entire screen. We get guidance lines and trajectory. We can put it right back in a park. We return right back to our home screen. Nice storage compartment for a key. Take a quick look at the key fob. You can double click to open up the trunk, double click to remote start this vehicle, and it says 1320 on the fob itself. 2 cup holders. You'll fit 20-ounce bottles in there with no problem, possibly 24s with some interior illumination, some faux aluminum surrounding the center stack, no piano black, and some faux leather for your knee will often hit, and stitching for the passenger. The armrest is gushy soft, by far the best in the segment. The storage space is also by far the best in the segment. You'll fit 5 or 6 12-ounce cans in there, 2 USB-A ports, aux port, and an additional 12-volt, good spot for a radar detector. We can check out the glove box. It is hard plastic on the outside, but lined in felt and massive. We get 2 tiers with 2 cubbies up top. You'll probably fit a shoe in this left cubby, a pair of shoes in the right cubby, and probably a pair of boots down below. You'll fit like 30 license plates in here. Really impressive amount of space in this glove box. It says 1320 on the passenger air vent too. Auto dimming rear view mirror. It's not frameless or anything, but it's still auto dimming. Nice premium touch. 3 garage home link settings. Sunglass holder. The interior lights are not LED, but they still do the job. No moonroof or anything like that. That's about it though for the front seat. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of those materials. We've hopped out in the back of plenty of Challengers, and it's not the most spacious, but compared to the segment, it's definitely the most spacious out of the Mustang or the Camaro. Taking a step back here, put my feet underneath the seat, behind my seat settings, and yeah, as you see, my knees are well in the seat, but headroom-wise, I still have at least an inch, maybe 2. We get a padded armrest, which is a huge thumbs up for a back seat, and 3 seat belts. I don't think you're fitting 3 adults back here, but you can fit 2 adults and a kid back here pretty comfortably. We get air vents so the passengers back here are not going to be overheating, and a center armrest. If nobody's sitting in the middle, you have a nice armrest to separate the 2 passengers, and a cup holder with these pretty cheap flappy things to keep the drinks in place. You'll fit up to 24-ounce bottles and 2 speakers back here as well. Pretty nice. It's not going to be really practical for everyday backseat use with passengers 6 feet tall or above, but it is doable, unlike most of the segment like the Camaro and the Mustang, which have just laughably small back seats. Mat pockets on both of the front seats too. We can hop out of here, check out the cargo space, and then take this 2023 Challenger RT Scat Pack out for a drive. So overall, the interior is pretty impressive. We didn't check out the window sticker. I want to show that to you guys before we check out the cargo space. Take a seat in here one more time and see everything we have available on this 2023 Challenger 1320. The base price right under $46K, 392 V8. You can pause, take a look at all the standard features. The RT Scat Pack 13 Plus group is $1,795. Here we get the Alcantara ventilator front seats with Napa Performance leather, door trim panel, ambient lighting are all higher quality, multi-function mirrors. You can pause, take a look at all the other features. Blind spot monitoring with rear cross path detection. The Tech group is $700. Here we get the rain sensitive windshield wipers, auto high beams and headlamps, $4,000 for the 1320 package. Here we get drag mode performance pages, Dodge performance pages, 1320 badges, fender badges, IP badges, the speed limited engine controller, Dodge Alcantara performance steering wheel, the drag mode suspension, adaptive damping suspension, 275 wide drag radial tires, 20 by 9.5 low glass black drag wheels, 1-year membership to the NMCA NHRA. Visit DodgeGarage.com and we get a transmission brake too. The Alpine sound system with a subwoofer is 500 watts with surround sound, and it's $1,000. $1,600 for the Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission, but that gives us the leather shift knob, remote start, and tip start with the steering wheel mounted shift control paddle shifters. $1,000 for the Uconnect navigation system with the 8.4-inch display. After a $1,600 destination charge, we're sitting at $57,510. Fuel economy: 15 city, 24 highway, 18 combined MPGs. Not the best, not the worst. Definitely won't complain about getting 18 MPGs with a 6.4 liter V8 cranking out almost 500 horsepower. But anyway, we mentioned we're going to check out the cargo space. Let's do exactly that. So underneath this little camera, we have a button which shoots open this trunk. It's not electrically opening. You have to actually use a little bit of strength to open it. And it's not the largest opening, but compared to the Mustang, compared to the Camaro, this is double the size. Compared to the Camaro, it might be triple the size. The overall floor size is about comparable. The wheel well cutouts are much larger than the Camaro, so you may be able to fit a golf bag horizontally. Not the most depth I can touch the back seats with my arm, so if you really need the maximum cargo space, do yourself a favor and go with the Charger. You get the entire cutout for the opening and a little bit larger of a floor. You can fold those seats down 60-40 split, not expect you to fit up to a 55-60 inch TV back here. So for a muscle car, very practical. For a family vehicle, definitely do yourself a favor and go for the Charger. We can shut this trunk right down, walk around this 2023 Challenger one more time, and it sounds good with the exhaust. If I didn't mention, we also get parking sensors out rear. Walk around this 2023 Challenger Scat Pack 1320 though one more time. It is a beautiful vehicle. Front and rear Brembos, drag radial tires, 485 horsepower, 6.4 liter Hemi V8. And speaking of that power plant, let's take this car for a drive and see what it's got. All right guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all new 2023 Challenger Scatback 1320 edition. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions though are the steering feels super direct, way better than just a regular Scatback. Taking a step out here, lean into it about halfway in normal mode. Oh, it's strong. This thing is a beast, and that everything's in normal mode right now. The paddle shifters are on, but we're not using them. So much torque. Let me try some of these rev match downshifts. No burbles though, unlike the Camaro. The Camaro gets pretty noticeable burbles. Throwing it in a little quicker than we should. The body roll stays surprisingly limited, but really nowhere to go. I'll catch back with you guys in 1 second. All right guys, we can try it out with everything in drag mode. Try it out. Second gear pull on the gas. Oh my God. Oh, this thing just takes off. All right guys, looks like a good opportunity to try an acceleration off the line. No brake torque, just rolling start on the gas. Oh. My gosh. Brakes feel good, turn in is sharp. My God, what a beast. All right guys, let's lean into it one more time. Hopefully with the window down you can get a little better idea, but oh, it sounds good. Brakes feel good, turn in, sharp. Oh, good torque. Nice. Woo. Good God, this thing is just such a beast. Hope you can pick it up on camera, guys. What a blast. But looks like our fun's just about over. We got a guy in front of us. We really don't have to beat this thing up a whole lot further. Throw it back into automatic mode. This thing is so much fun. I have never driven a Challenger that can handle this good. The steering feels great. The body roll is so limited thanks to this adaptive suspension that we currently have in the most aggressive mode. The power is put down. You can slam on the gas off the line. These are only 275 wide tires. You go for the wide body, you'll get even wider tires than we have here. But
But with these drag radials, guys, wow, this thing can handle, put the power down, and it sounds so good with the 6.4. It is fast. I don't know if it's Camaro 6.2 levels of fast. I don't know if it's Mustang 5.0 levels of fast, but it's right up there. Maybe like 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second slower to 60. But overall, if you're looking for a more spacious sports car, you're a bigger dude, you're like over 6'2", 6'3", or like over 240, 250, you just don't like falling into a small, tiny sports car, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Challenger Scat Pack. Definitely check out the Scat Pack. Don't check out the RT. The RT is a cool daily driver cruiser, but the Scat Pack is also a cool daily driver cruiser, and it'll put twice the smile on your face, and you're only going to get like maybe 1.5 less MPGs compared to the 5.7. Also, if you do go for the Scat Pack, I would also recommend checking out the 1320 edition package. Check out both packages, the Plus 2, because you probably want that back seat. You'll want the Nappa leather with the Alcantara contrast, heated ventilated seats, drag ready tires, and these 1320 badges look sweet. I would definitely recommend this package, and I'll definitely recommend checking out this car. All right, guys, taking a step out here, we can open her up one more time and then wrap things up. The steering feels so good. Second gear on the gas. It is such a beast. Again, guys, you're looking for a performance vehicle. You want it to look sweet, sound sweet, and have actual usable space. For 4 full-size adults, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Scat Pack 1320 edition. And a big thanks to Mike at Furman Dodge for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa, Newport, Richey, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And that's from Mike. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.